negotiating deals.
Buying me some shit, I'm stunting in this bitch, everything legit.
I want me a meal to see just how it.
Rebels, ha ha, everything legit with Wise and Pitt. You know what's real if they said it.
You are now listening to Rebels Radio with Wise and Pitt.
Yes, sir, my boy.
What's up?
Welcome back, man, to another episode, Everything's Legit podcast, man. Coming to you live from Rebels Radio. It's your boy Wise checking in.
With your boy Pitt.
My boy already sipping.
You already know. Everything legit. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I like that energy.
You already know how it goes.
Yeah, that's all good, man. Hey, man, before we tap in, bro, what's up, bro? How you been? How's everything? You good? Straight?
Yeah, everything good, man. I'm cooling. Regular stuff, man. How about you?
Straight, bro, man. You know, everything good. Can't complain. Made it through another week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is here, alive and well. So stuff for us to tap into this week. Man, as soon as we got off last week on Twitter, they had a little R&B women beef going on.
Oh, yeah?
Summer Walker and SZA both announcing that they dropping on the same day. November 15th. No, I'm sorry, November 5th.
November 5th. Okay.
R&B is back.
Yeah, it's R&B season.
Walker.
It's R&B season. It's R&B weather time, bruh.
Man. Okay.
Yeah, you already know who else coming out. We're going to talk about that later.
Who else coming out? On that same day?
No, not on that same day, but you know it's Mariah Carey season coming up.
Shoot, man.
Mariah Carey season coming up. She don't miss a winter.
She don't. Hey, you know that's her season, bro. Her and Boys and Men, they run that.
Yeah.
Shoot, man. So November 4th, 11:59, Midnight Hits. Who album you going to first?
I love both of those artists.
You already caping.
I got a little glimpse of Summer Walker because she dropped that single with JT today.
Ah, yes, sir.
And I gotta say, I'm probably gonna go Summer first.
Really?
I'm probably gonna go
off of that
Walker.
Off of that single.
Hey man, that's JT. That's Summer Walker and JT. I love SZA, but that's Summer Walker and JT.
Man,
and that's a good enough appetizer for me to go there first.
That's JT and Summer Walker, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's when I saw that jump on the timeline on Twitter. I was like, wait, what? Summer Walker and JT? Oh, I'm all the way in, bro. And then the song's already dope.
And JT talking that talk on there too.
Man, come on, dog. Hey, yeah. Man, women are running music right now, man. I mean, it started off on the hip hop side, with them just becoming more consistent and more mainstream, and just elbowing their way up and making room for themselves. And now we've been begging for just R&B music. That fourth quarter, that fall, we ready for the R&B music, and boom, here we go. Right out the back, two of the best, Summer Walker and SZA, both announcing. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know, man. I don't know which one I'm gonna go to first. That single, I can see why. You know what I'm saying? I can see why you say, you know, at midnight you going Summer Walker. SZA, I just remember when Control dropped. I just remember what it did to the culture. I remember what it did to women. I remember what it did to us listening to it. You know what I'm saying? We just like, okay,
Yeah.
it gave us an inside glimpse of what be going on. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then she just had her own perspective on everything. So I don't know, man. And I know she's gonna keep that energy. I know she's gonna keep that same energy. So I don't know. I'm expecting big things for both of them.
Oh yeah, me too.
Man, I might hit Scissor first, but I'm expecting both. Man, since the second album, we've been waiting for this. I think that's what it is. I just been anticipating Scissor's album for a minute, and so I'm just ready to hear. I'm ready to hear new Scissor.
Yeah, I'm ready to hear post London, post Baby, Summer Walker.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
isn't
she the one that has a Sierra narrating a track on her project? I think she has I forgot what the name of it is. It's supposed to be like Sierra's something, but Sierra is actually
narrating the song.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, summer dope, bro. You know, are we gonna get that heartbreak music? Is that what we getting from summer? That's what you think we gonna get, that emotional.
I'm looking. That's what I want. That's what I would like. I would like to get that. Not necessarily heartbreak, but just the bounce back, the independent woman bounce back music. Like, yeah, I could do this. I can still do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of this and that, I can still, persevere. That's what I'm looking forward to. But before that, you mentioned that, women been kind of elbowing their way through the game, especially over the last couple of years. Who would you credit with, kind of kicking that off like the kind of women making their way in hip hop and R&B and music in general, just the industry?
Man, that's a good question. Because I mean, you can go one of many ways, and I think from the way that I'm thinking that you're asking the question by what you mean, I probably say Cardi B.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Because Cardi has been relentless over the last maybe 4 or 5 years. But she's
and it started off with her just like taking over Love and Hip Hop, and then transitioning to hip hop, and into making music. She's an artist. I wouldn't say she's a rapper because she has writers.
She's definitely an artist though.
But as far as like female women rappers, Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
Nicki Minaj is a legend. Like Nicki Minaj has a verse on Monster, and it's probably the best verse on that track. And she's on the track with Jay-Z. I mean, that's saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like she made it cool to look good and have bars. You know what I'm saying? Like she ushered that back into the game when it was a period of where that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? And then she came through and was like, nope, I'm tapping into, prior inspirations, and I'm making it ours today, and I'm gonna show y'all how to get this. And that's what she did. And now the floodgates have been opened. Not even that. I still say the faucet is still kind of running a little slow, but it's open, like it's on now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we can see it. We see it coming. It's funny because P from from Quality Control had an interview a couple days ago on Breakfast Club with Lakea, and Charlamagne actually asked him a really good question. Charlamagne asked him, you seem to have a want and a drive to put female artists on. And he was like, what's the case? He's like, why is that? And I know just personally, just from like being around the business or whatever, hearing people and influencers say the reason why they don't have too many female artists is because it costs a lot to keep up with them. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, it's just hard to maintain a female artist. So a lot of labels just stay away from it. And so, but if you think about Quality Control, and you think about their roster, it's filled with women artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they asked him, it was like, yo, y'all seem to go against the grain with that. Y'all seem to fill the roster up with that. Why is that? And he told it straight up. He was like, yo, if you could do it right and you can get them and it pop, you gonna make more of a return on a woman artist than you are on a male artist.
That's facts.
They can get in rooms that we can't. If it click and it pop, man, they could do so much more than we can.
True. Yeah. The reason why I asked that question is because I've seen a lot of the up and coming. Well, first of all, anybody who knows me knows that I'm tapped into what's happening in Florida first. So I've been seeing a lot of female artists coming up, and they doing their thing, and of course, a lot of them are being mentored by none other than Trina. And Trina may not be like the one that's, like you said, kicking in the doors, because Cardi, you know what I'm saying? Because like you mentioned Cardi.
Okay.
But Trina is definitely grooming these young ladies for the industry.
Okay.
She's definitely grooming these young ladies for the industry. And I have to say that she's doing an excellent job. These ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like they have the game down to a science. Like, they know how to target their audience. They know how to. One of my favorite Florida female artists, Chameleon from Jacksonville. Everything she drops seems to be a hit.
Yeah.
She does not miss.
Yeah.
She won't miss. And it's just, and she credits Trina as being her mentor. And so when I see the work that Trina is doing, first of all, it's to be commended, because, she wants to see more female artists. Yeah. She wants to see more female artists, especially from the Pitt, come out. She wants to see them win, and we all want to see them win. But it's not even like her music. It ain't even like the Trina that we grew up on. You know what I'm saying? It's really dope music. Like, it's on that level to, kind of rival a lot of the males that's doing it. So like I said, I first person that comes to my mind is Trina, because Trina is kind of like, she's mentoring. Cardi might be one of the major players, and Nicki is kind of like the pioneer. Of course, Nicki followed the blueprint of, the Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim.
Yep.
But, you know what I'm saying, ultimately, they all play a major role. But my love for the crib, I got to give it to Trina.
Nah, you're right. That's a good point. And Trina also did it just different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They may all stem from, that Lil' Kim tree, but Trina did it differently. You know what I'm saying? She did it in a way where it was like, we weren't used to hearing that type of talk on the track. You know what I'm saying? And especially coming from the South, talking about the things she was talking about, it was just like, all right, what is this? And then you just became more and more attracted to it. And she living that lifestyle and just, blazed the trail. like you said, man, like taking care of a lot of these women artists in our area. Definitely, you could tell are definitely influenced by Trina for sure. That's a real good point that you brought out. Because there's a lot of from Dreesy to like you said, Chameleon. They they clearly, you know what I'm saying, and they gladly admit that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a good point. Man, shout out to Trina again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of like just blazing trails and blazing paths and things like that. This man Jay-Z, bro, is just on a different level, dog. You remember when they bought Tidal, right? I mean, not Tidal. When Cash App came on board with Tidal, and Cash App, I remember made the announcement of that they were going to step more into the music game and be more of a player in the music game. Well, just recently, and we know that Cash App has bought into Tidal, so they are they working together, which has to do with Jay-Z, of course. So Cash App has just launched Cash App Studios, and it says it's a program to bankroll artists. Artists maintain ownership, and they don't have to pay back any funds.
I saw that.
Invite only. Cash App and hip hop together.
Yeah, bro.
What you think about that? First of all, shout out to Cash App, dog. Understanding the assignment, as they say, dog. That's super dope. They giving artists a way to generate growth quickly, especially artists that are independent on the rise, giving them resources, helping them to grow. It's a real dope move, especially with the internet and the way internet has and technology has influenced hip hop and music. What you think about that?
I think that's dope. I mean, from what I was reading, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like an advance. It ain't like, oh, I'm giving you this and you gonna bring me back this. Like you said, like you it's like a grant. It's like, here, take this, make something happen with yourself. And so that's dope, man, because a lot of the biggest problems with a lot of independent artists is budgeting. Dope song, but dang, how I'm gonna shoot the video? How I'm gonna do this? How I'm gonna do that? I need that feature, that one feature, and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but like they said, invite only. So they got to be tapped in.
You gotta make dope music. You gotta have dope quality.
Exactly. So
I remember. I remember when Jay-Z. I remember when Jay-Z bought when Jay-Z and Jack was sitting down. You remember that picture that they had? It was a picture of Jay-Z and Jack together, and they had a board. And
I think I did see that.
And they had a bunch of stuff blurred out, but Jay-Z was like, "Yo, I'm only gonna do this business if hip hop is a part of your vision," you know. And Jack was like, "Yo, it is." And here we see it being manifest, but that's Jay-Z putting the artist first. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's man. Once again, sticking his neck out there, doing it for the artist, putting the culture first. But with technology and stuff like that, let me ask you, the way music can be generated now, we see the way Cash App now has just made this deal with hip hop, and we see that technology is influencing hip hop and influencing the way we make music. What's the updated answer to the old question? Is it better to be independent or with a major?
I think independence is always the way. Um, then that's not to take anything away from anybody who is seeking a major a deal with a major label, but ultimately, if we see that a lot of those artists even try to accelerate through that contract and gain their independence. So I feel like independence is always the way you control what you do, when you do it, your growth, you know what I'm saying, how your money is spent. So I would still side with independence over signing with a major
Yeah.
label.
Yeah. I think it's way too easy now, man. It's too many ways.
Yeah, there's too many ways. And they're gonna and I feel like of course, it seems like it's gotten to a point where the industry or the powers that be that control the industry can't control it anymore. They can't, they don't have their hands on it. I feel like they're trying to grip and reach for a way to do so, but there's always something new popping off, something new happening that makes it keeps moving it just out of their reach. When they think they got it, it's gone. And I love it. I love it that way.
I think all of that is a result of technology being quote unquote a young man's game, right?
Mm.
Young people understand technology more than older people, right? And so with that, they now affect the business more than before. That piece of the pie of how they affect business is bigger now. Prior to this generation, right? When you were in the music business, you had to do what the old white dude at the label said because he had all the connections. He was in all the rooms. He had all the information. He had all the know-how. He had all the distribution. He had all that. Everything that you needed. You didn't know how to do it. You didn't have no knowledge. You didn't have
he didn't want
nothing.
you to know how to do it.
They weren't
That's
giving.
the thing.
They weren't giving that up. So that old white
Yeah.
dude with that label, they had that knowledge. They had that know-how. And now, 2021, the knowledge is there. All we gotta do is open Google. Everybody got it. That's an open book now. It's open season. And now you mix in with that the way we consume music now is through technology. And them old white dudes up in the office don't understand technology the way these young dudes understand technology. Who you think run the game now? So now that we understand it and we got a hold on technology, we know how to do it. Oh, we don't even need you. We don't need the middleman. Hey, I'm going straight to my fans with this. I'm going straight to SoundCloud. I'm going straight to YouTube. I'm going straight to United Masters. I'm going straight to DistroKid. I'm putting this out on my own.
Yeah.
And then here come Cash Out. Yo, if you dope and you hungry and you got it and you're an artist and you independent, guess what? Here you go. It's a win-win, like you said. It's all about ownership. It's all about being independent, owning your own, and because we don't want to have. I mean, think about it. We just now, 2020, 2021, hearing about artists regaining their masters of classic music that dropped before we was even born, when we was kids. It was hot when we was kids. And it's like, yo, y'all just now, and it's like, man, something you created that came from you just now are able to say, yo, I own that. You know what I'm saying? And we like, yo, nah, forget that. We don't even need that. We don't even need the middleman. So shout out to Cash Out, man. Shout out to Jay-Z continuing to blaze that path for us, dog. That's just super, super, super dope, bro. Speaking of Jay-Z, did you see Rory and Maul clapping at Joe Buttons. They have opened that door up again.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that.
It seems as if pockets have
I
been
feel like
filled up.
this is a classic case of, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you just gotta shut up. Like Joe gotta know when to not say something. Like if things broke off bad, just let it be. You know what I'm saying? You making your money, cool. You know what I'm saying? Let it be. You know what I'm saying? Just move on.
I feel like they shot at him unsolicited though. Because they what happened was they got their record, they got their contract, and along with that came that interview, and during that interview they was shooting their shot.
You know how those interviews go. Right? Some of those things, it's like you're not being baited, but you waiting for that question to pop off.
It felt like Maul was waiting on them questions. It felt like Maul was ready to get off. Like Maul had been holding that energy in, and he was like, "Yo, I'm just waiting for the right. Go ahead, ask me." And so even if the question hadn't been directly, if it hinted to what he wanted to, he was ready with the energy.
True.
Yeah. That's what it felt like, you know. But they questioning his character still, you know what I'm saying? Maul said if he would have seen him, it would have been different. He glad with the way he did. Yeah. It's just, you know, it still feels like there's a lot of animosity there. You know, just I think too that because we live in the internet age, it kind of makes things worse because we gotta kind of play to the internet now, and that's what it feels like that they're doing.
Yeah,
playing to the internet. They know that the news of them getting this deal with this type of money is gonna make noise, and in order to keep that noise cycling, they gotta throw the bait out there, and the bait is, hey, Joe Budden. They still talking about, you know what I'm saying, like that's the bait. And so now we see how it's going, you know, how it's going to work out for them. It's just funny to see them do that, you know, after all this time. It's funny because even along the same thing, I was watching the Wallow and Gilly $1 million worth of game interview with WAC 100, and I'm watching that interview, and at first I'm watching the interview, I'm like, oh, this is different. Like they like, wow, WAC actually went up there, or they went to WAC and they face to face with this type of energy. Okay, and then it's like, wait, hold up, are they trolling? Because it felt like Gilly was joking around, and it felt like Wallow was like, nah, I'm in your presence now. I'm pressing you about what I got an issue with. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, it just felt like, you know, they playing to the internet. Because right after that, Gilly dropped the clip of 6ix9ine on the phone with him, asking would he do an interview with him. And if you think about it, within a week span, that's Gilly attaching himself to WAC 100 and Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? Prior to that, we see Academics attaching himself to WAC 100, Tekashi 6ix9ine. The reason being because right now, WAC 100, Tekashi 6ix9ine, those names are what moved the internet. And you hear individuals saying, yo, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. Right? When WAC 100 dropped the interview with Academics and 6ix9ine, everybody was, yo, WAC is this, WAC is that, right? Turn right around, and so now your guide for sitting down with him is, oh, now that I'm in front of him, I'm gonna check him about everything we talking about. But you watch the interview, you don't even know if he's trolling or not, because you might be checking him, but half of your podcast, 50% of it, he trolling. So 50% of what's going on is he playing to the internet. So you might be checking him, but your partner in crime is playing to the internet. Then, as that is heating up and those clips are circulating and going viral, you drop the clip of you saying, yo, Tekashi called me asking for an interview and I denied it, right? But that's you playing an internet game, because even if you did deny him the interview, you dropping that clip of him on the phone with you asking for the interview is the interview. Yeah. I mean, you validating every message that Tekashi wanted to get out by being interviewed by you. He was explaining to you on the phone, yo, the reason why I want to do this, you the street dude, you this, you the voice of the streets, we can get on the phone, you can blah, 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 all of that. He got them, so now that's the interview. What else do he need? You done gave it to him. What he asked for, you gave it to him. That's you once again playing the internet game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, everybody, it's a race. You know what I'm saying? Playing the game, trying to who could do what, and it's like, yo, just be that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just funny to see the different games being played, the different tactics. Rory and Maul doing that. It's just interesting, man. A lot of internet games being played.
Yeah, bro. But I mean, that's just the age we live in, and that's probably that's the way it's gonna be until the end of time, bro. Because the internet is probably the most, the best, worst, most productive, divisive, evil, good tool ever introduced to mankind. So there we go. We got it. We got it all ways. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how you want to use it and what you want to find on it.
Yeah. Nah,
that's what it is.
That's a fact, man. True fact. Speaking of just the internet and hip hop, is there any new music you've been tapping into? I know we talked about that Thug album just dropped that just came out. And
yeah, that's fire.
Yep. And then we talked about the SZA and JT track that came out as well. I also know that Gucci Mane dropped the album, So Icy Boys album that just came out today. Also Matt Miller Faces album project EP dropped on all streaming platforms. That was super dope to wake up and to see that. Also too, there was a dope video going around this weekend on Twitter of Jay-Z performing a lot of his hits, freestyling. And the extra dope thing about it was Guru was the DJ, and they was going back and forth. That was super, super, super dope. I love watching that. And also too, just from the crib, IB the King dropped episode 1 of his new documentary that just came out. Shout out to on his YouTube channel. Shout out to IB. Just dropped that on YouTube, episode 1 of his new documentary. Also too, I wanted to give a straight shout out to Jay Hit Up. He crossed 5K streams on the Heartless Project. And I want to give him a special. I want to give him a special shout out because that album released like end of July. I want to say, end of July, beginning of August, one of them, and he's still going hard for that project.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Promoting it like it just dropped. Shooting constant visuals on it. He was just on Instagram the other day talking about, yo, I'm about to shoot another visual for it. Still going in on that, like still showing his energy that he care about. Like that stuff pay off, man. Like people feed off of that. They see it. That make people want to go stream it. People want to go listen. You know, and it's a huge milestone to be on your own, doing your own thing, and being from a city we from and hitting that 5K. That's a big deal, man.
Yes, sir. And one thing that I want to say about Hit Up is that he seemed to have a better understanding of the how many times have we seen an artist drop a project and they promote it, they going hard that first 2 weeks, and then next thing you know they it's over and they on to something else, and that's just that. Ever since I saw that video for Kaleidoscope, I think it was early this year, either the end of last year or early this year, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be it right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then he followed it up with the project, and then just the whole barrage of content afterwards. And now to see that he don't cross 5K is really dope. Like you said, coming from the city, coming from where we from, it's that's to be commended. One thing that I always tell artists when they drop in a project is this is not a 2-month, 3-month thing. You put your heart into this. This is a part of you that you lend it to the world. So you gotta push it like you love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just gonna let it die. This is your child. This is something that you birthed into the world. So you got to make sure that it stays alive as long as, and you gotta sustain it. So, and that's exactly what he's doing. And you know what I'm saying? That's to be commended, dog. Like, big shout out to Jay Hit Up.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Jay Hit Up doing that.
Also, one thing that I meant to mention last week, but I didn't get around to it is shout out to Gregory Goldwire and Anton Anderson. Both are in the latest issue of XXL magazine under the Artist to Watch. So y'all go ahead and get that. And, make sure you support.
Yeah, that's the city right there. That's home team right there. Doing their thing. And also too, I saw that Adele dropped a new song that's breaking the internet.
I thought she dropped the whole album. I thought her album dropped today.
Did her album drop? I don't know.
No, check that out.
Yeah,
her album drop.
I think it was just the I think it was just a single today. Easy on Me. That's breaking the internet, and everybody happy to see her actually back and doing her thing. But that's all I've been really tapped into this week. What you been tapped into?
Of course, Thug album, Punk. Got a lot of dopeness on there. Let's see. That's pretty much it. As far as, of course, the regular stuff. I know Smoot got a new track out. I don't remember the artist that he's on the track with, but it's called Different Breed.
Mm-hmm.
He spazzed out on that track. Like, his verse, I ain't gonna lie, there's a reason why I don't remember the other guy's name.
Hassle.
Yeah, Hassle.
Mm-hmm.
But Smoot went off.
Yeah, he was featured. That's actually Hassle's track. Smoot featured on it.
Yeah, he owned it. He owned it. He owned it, and
that's what a broad boy do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when I say that was Smoot at its finest. Bobby Lou, that was him at his peak, at his finest. So I'm looking forward to more from him, because that one blew me away when I heard his verse. Just Cause he ain't just talking. You know what I'm saying? He just like you gotta listen to what he's saying, and
Yeah.
and that's who he is. That's who he really is as a person. Like, you know, just super aware, super conscious of who he is, and to hear the lyrical display, to hear that displayed lyrically the way he did it on that verse was something special.
Yeah, shout out to all the new music that dropped this week. Speaking of, we was talking about rollouts and people promoting and sticking to their album. One of the albums that just dropped and whose promo is going crazy and the rollout going crazy is Kamikaze's new album, Going Crazy. And just to see the rollout of that album, the consistency that she's showing behind it, the hunger that she's showing behind it, it's moving through the city, and it's one of those projects that you got when you listen to it, you're like, oh, okay, you know, it's unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Not even unexpected, because if you kind of know her, you know that's what it is. But if you don't know her and you just like, yo, who's this wild, crazy, you know, having fun, and it's like, oh nah, but the music is hitting, it's hard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the rollout behind it, the way that she got going on. Now she just dropped some merch. I know she's performing at Spody's event tomorrow, actually on Saturday. She's performing at Spody's event, and that's gonna be dope. But she been around the city, just stamping her foot, putting her foot down, making it be known. And it's only a matter of time for her, really.
Yeah. Um, when I heard that project, I was like, oh snap! Like, she really spitting. Like, it ain't no elementary junk. Like,
Yeah.
this is like, she is really, that's the real talent right there. Like, and she knows how to throw her weight around on the track. Like she got a track on there with Trapland Pat, and
yeah.
like, she don't play. She don't play. Like, that's one of those type of artists that I would like to be in the studio with, because I gotta see, because when you follow her on Instagram, you see a very playful person.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure the transformation once the booth door closes is wild.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because we all been in there with those types of artists who
they just tell they lock in. That's it.
Yeah. As soon as that door closed, they in
it.
a different. Yep. It's a different them.
Yep.
And so, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I didn't really have expectations for the project, but when I heard it, I was like, oh, like, wow. Like,
yeah.
This is not that same kid that I see playing on the internet all day. Like, this is a monster. Like, bro, it was crazy. But, you know, shout out to Kamikaze. Shout out to the whole D&D, dog. They own something with that one.
Yeah, bro. They got on one with that one, man. Yeah. Man, some dope music, though, that dropped this week in the city, man, and around hip hop. That's dope, man. Dope to see. Something else that happened for the culture that we were anticipating was last weekend. Was the Fury versus Wilder Part 3.
Ooh.
And hopefully the last, because once again, Wilder got taught a lesson, and now it's every time he see that man, he got to walk the other way. He got to cross the street. That man got him 2 out of 3, really 3 out of 3, but 2 out of 3 times. And the 2 times that he won, he knocked him out. You gotta cross the street when you see this man. You can't say nothing to him. Put your head down, walk past him. Can't even. Hey, I don't want. Somebody was saying, hey, let's go lead up to a number. I don't want to see a 4. That's it. We know what it is. You can't. Hey, it's levels to this. Wilder's not on the level of Fury.
I know that most of us tinted, melanated folks really just want to see the black guy win. But we all know this man can't box. Now, fighting and boxing are 2 different things. I wish we could ask Kimbo because he knows.
Man.
Fighting and boxing are not the same. There's no sweet science to fighting. You just win the fight. There's a sweet science to boxing. You gotta pick your shots. You gotta know the other. You gotta know the opponent. You gotta
train.
You gotta train. You gotta know. You gotta know how to wear this opponent out. You gotta. People always talk about Muhammad Ali when it comes to boxing. The reason why Muhammad Ali predicted so many of his knockouts is because he was acquainted with his opponent. He said, I'm going to wear him out, and then I'm going to take advantage of it. Wilder was done from the 3rd round. He just hung out a little bit after that and waited to be finished.
He came out with all that fire that first round. Had everybody hyped. Used all that energy. That was it. He shot his load that first round. After that first round, it was a wrap.
Yeah, bro. The guy can't box, dog. He's good at getting in the ring with other people like him who just fight and slug, and he can intimidate them because they know and he knows all I gotta do is get one good hit off.
All I gotta do is touch it.
But when it comes to an actual boxer,
he gonna get
somebody who is trained for this, and they live to embarrass guys like you, who are used to schoolyard and bar fights. They live for that, so they can show you that you're not who you think you are.
Gotta cross that street when you see that man.
Yeah, man, just stay away from him.
Gotta leave that man alone. Gotta leave that man alone. Man, that was an event that we was anticipating in the culture, and when I think I was just like, all right, man, just another disappointment.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I had to go back and watch it because I think that night I decided to watch some college football game that probably wasn't worth watching either. But
who was that, FSU?
When I went back to watch it, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't go pay somebody to go see this.
Man. Oh, man. Another athlete that's impacting the culture. We see Kyrie. We see Kyrie up and down. Kyrie is up and down, of course, as usual. And he's all over the place. And now he's put his NBA future in jeopardy. The Nets have told him, if you ain't going to play full time, don't come. And they said they're not going to extend his contract.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just kind of to be expected. But I feel like also Kyrie is a weird dude, bro.
Weird.
Kyrie is a strange fella.
Strange.
And I try my best to understand
why
his point of view. I do it because at first it seemed like, okay, I'm all for people standing for what they believe in. But on his Instagram live, he flip-flopped so much in those 20 or so minutes. He went back and he doesn't.
You know, it's funny. Somebody said to me about that. I mean, cut you off just real quick. Somebody said to me about that. Kyrie is so women's basketball this, women's basketball that. He jumps on IG Live and does that 20-minute video right dead in the middle of the WNBA Finals game and draws people attention away from WNBA. Once again, Kyrie, the walking contradiction.
And that's my problem with Kyrie. If it were just him standing for what he believed in, fine. I'm with that. I'm with that all day. You don't want to take a vaccine because you haven't fully been convinced or, done your full research or whatever on it. Fine. I get that. You know what I'm saying? If they say you can't play, fine. If you're willing to take that loss, fine. But then when you give an explanation that doesn't add up to that,
it's like,
now you lost me, bro. Now you lost me. And I do feel like a lot of the sports analysts and even fans are being very selfish and wanting him. Okay, why don't you just take the vaccine? Because right now this is stupid. Take the vaccine. Your team is trying to win a championship. All right, that's selfish, but he's proving to be selfish also because his explanation doesn't add up. I would just rather you just say, nah, I don't know what this is, and I ain't trying to put it in my body. But then when you start, I'm going to be the voice for the voiceless, these people are losing their jobs, you still getting paid
millions,
$17 million, and we don't even know if you're going to dribble the ball this year.
Still getting that check.
All we know now is that your extension is off the table. And basically what that means is stay healthy. We moving you. You out of here.
Man. I don't. I mean, Kyrie's Kyrie, man. And they tried to say LeBron is the reason why it didn't work in Cleveland. Like Kyrie's we see what's going on, man. We see what's up with this man. The dude is all over the place. He has no idea. You know what I'm saying? And it's just he's gonna be back to burning sage again and doing all this. And he posts, man. I know KD got to be tired of this dude by now. He got to be. This has got to be exhausting by now, man.
You know what? I think Harden is definitely sick of it.
Oh, man. They all have to be sick of him at this point.
But I think they're both trying to just give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, yeah, we knew you were strange when we came over with you.
What beyond strange, but it's weird.
Yeah, but he gotta figure out. He got to figure it out. I mean, like I said, I'm with you if you just don't believe in being forced to do something. We saw Wiggins fold, and honestly, I was hoping that Kyrie wouldn't fold. I was like, this is what you believe in, stand on it.
That's why I always said that they needed to just not say nothing at all. Like, don't say nothing at all, because just like you said, even with Andrew Wiggins, he moonwalking back what he said. But even what Bradley Beal said, like they all sounded real crazy when they talked. And it's like, yo, stop talking. Like, stop even talking about this.
Yeah, that's the biggest. That's my only problem with Kyrie's situation is his explanation. It didn't add up. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I also do not like Stephen A. Smith's analysis of the whole situation either, because he's speaking from a perspective of
an
a person
emotional perspective.
Yeah, and he's really getting irritating to me. But that's why he gets paid the big bucks. I don't know if you noticed, but every other black person is trying to distance themselves from ESPN. Stephen A. Smith is
right dead in the middle.
Yeah, he's comfortable in his bed at ESPN.
We already knew. I knew what was going, because as soon as Kyrie got off a lie, Stephen A. jumped on and dropped his video, and it was like,
then his video he didn't say anything on his video except I'm going to talk about this tomorrow.
All he do is promote. He promoting his show, and it's like, dog, you
stayed up to you set up your camera. You put on your Nike sweater And you sat down and you said, I heard Kyrie went live on IG. I'm not even gonna address it. I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm gonna wait until in the morning.
Yeah.
We don't care.
He hyping.
Nobody cares.
He hyping. Them ratings is falling in the first take. They going down. He done changed the format of the show and done got whacked. And nobody paying attention. So he jumping online trying to generate views. Oh, and the fact that he's even using Kyrie and whatever Kyrie's going through to enhance his ratings, it's like, yo, like you confirming what a lot of people even think about you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just profiting off of the traumatization of your own people. And it's like, dog, what are you doing? Like ESPN is like that ESPN money worth that much to you? But we should have known that when ESPN fired him years ago and he came crawling back. You know what I'm saying? So it was like,
hey man, I ain't never seen a mouse with so many slaves.
But
one of my dogs said that's a dirty mouse.
Man, Stephen A is a wild boy, dog. But speaking of somebody that stands on what they believe in, did you see Dave Chappelle's final Netflix comedy special, The Closer? Shout out to that boy, Dave Chappelle, taking on all topics, of course. What did you think about this? What did you think about the special?
I loved it. Because Dave Chappelle is not going to give you something without a message. He's never done that. And you can tell that he's kind of like a student of like the Richard Pryors, like, you know what I'm saying, who I'm here to make you laugh, but I'm here to make you think also.
Yeah.
I'm not here just for your entertainment. You're gonna leave here, you can be like, yo, what he said was really that really made sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I seen him getting a lot of flack about, you know, the transgender jokes and all of that. But also
he didn't say nothing wrong. He said what he said.
Yeah.
Everybody should be able to be joked on. If jokes are what they are, they're supposed to be entertainment for us. Everybody should be able to be joked on. That's just what it is.
And at the same time, it's like he's joked about everybody.
That's what he does.
But now it's a problem when he mentions Alphabet Club and you know other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You thought you was exempt?
Yeah.
No, ain't no exemptions in comedy.
Yeah.
Everybody can get it.
Yeah.
Jokes gonna fly.
Yeah.
But he's also teaching us a lesson and the whole time that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you treat black people. You can do whatever you want with a black person, but you can't offend any other person.
Yeah.
Black people, we're pretty much raised off of being offended. Like we're so used to it that we don't even
know what's happening half the time.
Yeah, half the time it's like, oh, I guess that was an attempt at getting to me. Little do you know, I've heard it all.
It's crazy. We spend these years of laughing with Dave Chappelle as he's making fun of black people. But like you said, the moment that he mentions the alphabet people, now everybody wants to stage these walkouts and protest against his comedy special. And then he was like, yo, this is exactly my point. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, his special drops. And then right behind his special, the NFL starts to have their issues.
Yeah.
You know, John Gruden is the walking proof of what Dave Chappelle talking about. I mean, the news comes out prior to the weekend that John Gruden had this email with somebody where he was talking about DeMaurice Smith and calling him different type of, describing him in different type of ways that would be offensive. That came out, and they kind of like, okay, we gonna see, maybe we'll see what happens. And a couple of days later, it come out that he was offending the alphabet people, and no less than didn't even take 24 hours, and that dude did not have a job.
Yeah, you gotta go, John.
And that was just exactly what Dave was talking about. I was like, yo, and I seen a couple people. I seen Bomani, Dan Lebatard. I seen them talking about, yo, if it was just the news about DeMaurice Smith, would that have been enough for him to lose his job? Because it took him talking about the alphabet people for him to even lose his job. So would that have been enough? We'll never know. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like one of those things where it's just like, man, like he hit it right on the head. That's what Dave do with his comedy specials. He take what's going on around you, wrap it up in some sugar, make you laugh about it. But when you sit back, you think about what he said. It's like, oh, wait a minute, he putting you on game.
Mm-hmm.
But that special, the closer, shout out to Netflix, Dave Chappelle. That was a dope comedy special, man. And hopefully we get something from him, whenever he feels like it. But Dave Chappelle being in the game, it's I got the same feeling when I saw the Jay-Z performance video. You know what I'm saying? It's like we ain't seen Jay-Z on the stage in a minute. And to see him on stage and that element with a mic in his hand and actually performing and rapping, it was like, oh man, all right, that's the Jay. You know what I'm saying? It's just super dope, to see our legends and their elements and doing their thing, man. It's super dope, super dope.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, let's see. Just want to make sure that we ain't forgetting nothing today, my boy. Making sure we tap into everything we supposed to be tapping into. Looks like that is it. I know it's something that you come out today. Oh no, you don't watch that though. Come out on Netflix. The new season of You. I gotta catch up on today. The new episode of Wu-Tang dropped. Actually, I'm 2 episodes behind. I gotta catch up on that. And
hey, did you watch Squid Game?
Nah, I didn't, man. I can't.
I didn't either.
I'm not a sheep, dog. I can't. I didn't watch it because everybody else was like, "Yo, I'm like, yo, I can't."
And that's exactly why I didn't watch it.
Yeah, nah.
Because I felt like it felt like I was giving in to peer pressure if I did.
Yeah.
And that might be a problem that I have with myself.
It might be. But I know it's protecting me from some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't rush to watch something just because the internet is rushing to watch it. You know what I'm saying? That just ain't true. I will avoid it just because the internet is like, yo, go see it.
Speaking of the internet, and I know we forgot to mention this in talking about new music.
Yeah.
We seen the internet going crazy about the red flags.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we seen the internet going crazy about the red flags and that young boy Day Day.
Yeah, jump right on it.
Quickly capitalized on that.
Right on it.
New track available now.
Everywhere.
Red flags.
Go get that. Shout out the whole team.
Yes, sir.
Man, everywhere. Them young boys is out there doing some heavy work, boy. Some heavy work.
Yeah.
Man, that looked like that. Oh, wait, before we go, I know I knew I was gonna forget something. I knew it. Every week.
Yeah, and I don't feel like getting that text later. I'm like, oh, I know what I was forgetting.
Yeah, I know I'm about to forget. And the reason why I'm about to forget is because all right. This weekend is the new Versus.
Yes.
Big Daddy Kane versus KRS-One.
KRS.
This weekend, versus the new versus. How you feel about that? How you feel about Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One? It's gonna be a versus weekend because I think Saturday before the versus, Super Cat is doing his thing. And then the next day is gonna be the versus. It's gonna be KRS-One versus Big Daddy Kane. How you feel?
I'm excited, and you know what? I'm excited because I kind of got, I kind of got a. It's like a revelation when I'm hearing all these young kids like, "Oh, don't nobody would see that," and then that's when it dawned on me: versus ain't for them. It's for us. And then I took a whole new pride in it, and I was like, it's for us. It's for me. It's not for people who are 25 and younger. It's not for them.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like even with the whole Rap City thing. When we talked about it and we said that, okay, he probably should go with a younger host. Yeah, but that first episode wasn't for them.
Yeah.
It wasn't for them. It was to relive those moments. So this versus, it ain't for them. Find you something else to do. Scroll on Twitter. Do something else. This ain't for you. This is for us.
Yeah.
And that's where I stand on it. I want to get the lessons. That's what I'm here for.
I'm not mad at the verses. I think I'm mad at the timing. I'm a little New Yorked out on the verses.
Okay. That's understandable.
I feel like there's so many other places we can go. There's so many other verses we can see. Because I felt the last 3 verses have just been New York, New York, New York. And it's like, all right, cool, but let's move around a little bit with this. Let's mix up the flavor, mix up the vibe, give a different atmosphere, a different feel. You know what I'm saying? But it feels like they're just on this New York run. And I'm just like, all right, I'm a little Timberland out. I'm a little Timberland and hoodie out. You know what I'm saying? And so with this one, it just feels like, all right, we back in New York. We back in the Timbs. We back in they're 2 legends. KRS-One is, what can you say? What can you say? Yeah. I'm sure it's gonna be a dope versus. I'm just a little New Yorked out. That's it. That's it.
Nah. I can agree with that, but no, it is what it is, and I'm at the point where I'm taking it for what it is at this point, and it's like I said, it's for me, and so I'm there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to versus, still doing their thing, putting on. Giving us something to watch and something to do, putting on our legends and the type of music that we grew up on, and putting on that center stage for us to tap into. And hopefully we continue this competitive feel, because I feel like it's good. I like the competition. I like the competitive atmosphere. I like it. It brings a good battle feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just what's needed. Give it a little different, a little something, to the culture. I think also too, speaking of battles, one last thing that we forgot to mention is Drake is hosting another URL Ultimate Rap League battle event October 30th. He's hosting on Caffeine, the app, Till Death Do Us Part. Shout out to Drake. Another URL event. They got Lux vs. Gotti. I definitely want to see that. They got Tay Rock versus New Jersey Twerk. That's gonna be dope. They got Mook versus Easy Block Captain. They got Surf vs. Calico. Definitely want to see that. They got T-Rex versus Rum Diddy. That's gonna be a good one. They got Jazz the Rapper versus Gaddis, and Pat Stay versus Real Sicker. So it's a nice little card they got. October 30th URL. Till Death Do Us Part, man. Another dope battle rap event. Battle rap is having a real dope year this year. It feels like they just having a real awesome year this year, and that's dope to see. Also, too, man, real quick, I want to shout out. I know you already talked about new music, but I saw a clip of B. Smith in the studio with Twinkie, Raj, and Willie OZ. So I already know what's coming out of that. I'm ready for that. And Willie OZ is in album mode. Willie OZ working on the album. Of course, we already know Raj and Twinkie on the beats with him, so that's gonna be fire. But when I saw that video of B. Smith and Willie OZ in the studio together, I mean that's come on, man. I'm hyped for that. I'm ready for that, man. So shout out
also, speaking of album mode, my boy Nova King, he say he in album mode.
Yeah,
we know how that get.
Know how that get. Shout out to that boy Nova. What's in album mode? So we waiting on that, man. Man, appreciate you tapping in today, man. Another dope episode for us, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Everything's Legit Podcast. Follow us on TikTok where we drop all the clips. Everything's Legit Pod.
All the clips.
Follow us on Instagram at Everything's Legit Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at B_real wise.
And you can follow me on Instagram at _King Pitt. Once again, we got a lot of love last week. Shout out to everybody who tapped in, everybody who was a part of that, and sharing, reposting, and it was a lot of love, and we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Help us double up this week again. You already know how we get down, man. Another dope episode in the books, my boy. You already know.
Hey, what it is, it's the Fortune Teller Classic, and you tuned in to Everything's Legit, for that legitimate shit only, with my player partners, Wise and Pitt on Rebels Radio. Tap in, nigga.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like, what you thought? I was just sitting back not rapping, nigga? You think niggas ain't getting better? Like, what you said? I want me a meal to see just how it feel. Ain't worried about no bills, negotiating deals.
Buying me some shit, I'm stunning in this bitch, everything legit.
I want me a meal to see just how it feel. Ain't worried about no bills, negotiating deals.
Buying me some shit, I'm stunning in this bitch, everything legit.
Hey, I'm about biz, money where my mouth is, spliffy where my mouth is, smelling like ounces, but